Alright. It's Sunday night. Ready to do a live stream. I'm going to pour myself a drink, get myself going, and then I'm going to re-record start of my book movie video for this week. And hello, Charlie. It's like, oh, what'd you have a good giggle about yesterday? I'm always in the mood to hear about a good giggle. Hey, Justin, and hello, Kirsty. Bought a movie for yourself? Not really for Plex, but for you? Okay. Always good to treat yourself, as the saying goes. All right, whatever. Oh, right. Okay, was that Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie? I was going to ask you if that was something you could get, because I just heard so much about it and how weird it was. And I did see that, Justin, that the cocaine guy got more votes than the Liberal Party, even after he was disendorsed by One Nation. They're really on the nose. Such a you movie. Yeah, I mean, whole bunch of Canadian weirdness going on in that movie. You had to buy your own copy. Nice. Yeah, it's like, I'm not really giving any spoilers away, but it starts off, it's kind of like, is this going to be a prank movie? These guys having someone video them doing ridiculous and illegal stuff. So I don't know how they did some of the bits they did. They were very good at making it look like the guys were on very tall buildings. Because there were bits that if they weren't staged, and it is a fiction movie, it's not a prank movie, but there are bits that if it wasn't staged, they'd be seriously illegal. And you really wouldn't want to release the film, because it'd be condemning yourself to prison charges. And it spirals. At a certain point, it goes weird, but in a different direction. Just, you see the biggest loser was the South Australian Electoral Commission getting preference counts wrong. But are they redoing them? I honestly haven't been paying that close attention. How they got past those, but yeah, there are lots of jokes about copyright and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with a fair bit in the name of parody, but it depends how litigious the people who own the source material are. So, yeah, it is a truly weird movie. I'm not going to guarantee anyone else will love it as much as Charlie did. Well, you say it's funny that I watched it without you recommending it. Earlier this week, I was searching for it and you didn't have it. And I was considering messaging you, hey, is it possible to get Nirvana the band to show the movie? So yeah, that's another twist to your thing. I was already going to ask you about that one. I don't like hassling you too much. Hassled you about a bunch of things recently. I'm just warming up with a drink. So Justin, you're saying that there is recount requires making an educated guess. Okay, I mean, yes, I don't really take South Australia seriously, but the concept of them taking a guess at where the votes went, that's a weird one. Yeah, I've got something growing out of my head. I was shooting B-roll for the book movie earlier. Now I have to shoot A-roll. Oh, also, yes, Kirsty, your Labour romped in South Australia. Mrs. Angry had to go out and get some x-rays today. I drove her to the place where it was, and there happened to be a liquor land sort of down the block from where I dropped her off. And I thought, oh, they sometimes have in-store clearance specials. Holy shit, they had so many in-store clearance specials. They had Starwood Nova for $30 off. I got their last bottle. They were trying to clear the shelf. So I got Starwood Nova for $30 off. And because I don't have that many American whiskies, this one was only 50 something. This is a Wild Turkey brand, apparently, Long Branch. Kentucky Street Bourbon Whiskey. Going to taste test that a little later. And yeah, I couldn't resist. $30 off. I was thinking, and that is a nice enough bottle. It's a fun shape, and it's got embossing on it as well. The embossing says small batch aged in American oak. Expertly crafted. So I'll probably keep this bottle. It was really cheap. But also there's this thing that was only like 40 odd. This is an Australian whiskey maker, Ned. They're clearly trying to say this has got the flavour of Anzac biscuits, but that's a protected name, so you can't just say something says that. Call it Golden Bicky. Australian whiskey liqueur with flavours of golden syrup, coconut, and oat. They're obviously trying to say this is Anzac biscuit flavoured. And it was just over $40, and I'm strongly expecting it to be shite. I already have a plan for improving it, blending it and barrel aging it. But maybe I'll like it. I'm going to taste it a bit later. Maybe I'll like it. But yeah, I have a little tasting. In fact, I think I'll do a taste comparison of my American whiskies and then make an old-fashioned with the leftover from the tasting. That's... I got to make my friggin' clarified cocktails less sweet. It's a little bit sickly sweet. It's nice. Yeah. If it does have a good Anzac biscuit taste, it actually could be yum. Kirsty, you back home since yesterday? Well, that's good news. I'm not going to be too disappointed if it's kind of shite, because like I said, I already have a plan for it. Namely, I might blend it with another whiskey, but I also do have single malt peated new make still that I didn't use up last time. And that's kind of high proof, so that would beef it up. So, okay, it is book movie time. This shouldn't take that long, 10 minutes. That's my take 10 minutes. I've already done it once. I just didn't have the audio recorder on, so let's fucking make sure we have the audio recorder on this time. I've got Birdhouse in My Soul stuck in my head because I was listening to it just before the stream. Okay, you go on. It's funny, I recorded the audio for the second half of the video, but not the first half. Okay, let's go wide. Leon's getting larger. There's like a, I don't know what the right word for it is, a gimbal, or this camera has a motion smoothing thing with the lens. When you move it, it then moves itself as well. So I'm trying to frame something up and I adjust my tripod and I do it, and then it just moves a little bit more. It can be annoying. Okay, got my script here. Yeah, you gotta have your battery. Still sounded okay. I think my battery's fine. We'll check it before we get going with the. Like, I want to do this, pour a drink, and then do laser discs, so we can spend a bit of time on it. I've forgotten what I'm doing. I need my WordPress app. There it is. Okay, old-fashioned gin painkiller. Is this okay? Okay, can I work out which bottle's doing that? Found it. There was one bottle that was just wiggling and making noise. And it's just annoying because if I move even a little bit, I get this noise that's like an echo of my movement. Okay. Okay, that'll do. Starting here. Starting here. Make sure the counter's running. The counter is running. Oh, I need the book. I'd like to show the book off in the first frame. G'day cocktail lovers, it's time for another of my favorite cocktail recipes to go in the book, and this week it's all about me. Yes, time for a little vanity. Back in 2024 when I compiled my favorites for the year, one of them was an original creation which I called the old-fashioned gin painkiller. That name might sound a little complicated, but I swear there's a good explanation for it. The inspiration for this comes from the creativity of Australian products. So full credit, big cheer for the creativity and genius of Australian distillers. In fact, two of the three main ingredients come from the same maker, a distillery near me called Marionette that specializes in liqueurs. The core inspiration for this cocktail came from a product they released in 2024 that they call Old Gin. This is marketed as both a cocktail ingredient and also standalone. They say just pour it over ice. It's like a gin old-fashioned with orange flavors in it. The story of its origins go, Marionette were aging their orange curacao in ex wine barrels. When they finished with that, they gave those barrels to another well-known distillery, Four Pillars, who do gin, and they were aging some of their high-proof gin in these barrels. And when they'd finished, the barrels made their way back to Marionette, and Marionette did some more magic, which came out with this orange-infused gin liqueur combo, which they call Old Gin. When I was looking for creative ways to use this product, I was looking at cocktails that had orange liqueur, orange juice in them to substitute. And I thought the painkiller, it's got orange juice and coconut and fuck, pineapple, for fuck's sake. The reason my creation is named after the painkiller is I was looking at other things I had and how they could combine, and I look at this. This is the key flavors from a painkiller, apart from the rum. And I found that I had things that were orange, pineapple, and Jesus Christ, my fucking brain. Coconut. What? Cunt. Sorry. Okay, not sorry for saying cunt. I say cunt all the time. The reason I named my creation after the painkiller is when I was looking at other things I had that I could combine. I saw some flavors and like the key flavors of a painkiller, apart from rum, are orange and pineapple and coconut. And I had a few ingredients that could come together and make that. And I thought I'm going to make this old-fashioned style. Hence, it's gin old-fashioned painkiller. So in terms of the ingredients and the inspiration, heading up the whole lot is the orange old gin. Then comes another Marionette release, an excellent pineapple liqueur. And the other key ingredient is a coconut gin from Steve the Bartender's Threefold Distilling. And keeping in with the tropical inspiration, I'm adding tiki bitters. Obviously, a lot of people are not going to have the exact ingredients I'm using, particularly the old gin, but they're pretty simple improvisations you could do if you want to follow along. Like, literally just do a split of gin and orange liqueur to make something quite close to the old gin. In terms of coconut gin, if you can't get one locally, although around the world, gin distillers are getting pretty creative, a method I've found is get some sweetened condensed coconut milk, add the gin, or I've actually done this with white rum, and then in a jar or a bottle, give it a shake, let it sit for a couple of days, shaking it occasionally, and then fine strain it like through a coffee filter, and you end up with a really good result. If you can't get a pineapple liqueur, you could just use a pineapple syrup. But if you do that, I'd reduce the volume of the pineapple syrup and increase either the gin or the bitters, or probably both. If you can't find or make a pineapple syrup, I don't know what to tell you. Get your shit together. Oh, speaking of getting it together, let's get all the ingredients together and I'll show you how to make the cocktail. In a mixing glass, put 30 mils, 1 ounce of the orange gin, then 30 mils, 1 ounce of the coconut gin, then 30 mils, 1 ounce of pineapple liqueur, and then we're adding 2 dashes of tiki bitters. Add ice to the glass. Add ice to the glass and stir it for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then I'm straining that into a chilled rocks glass over a big chunk of sexy clear ice. And for a garnish, I'm doing my favorite, just a twist of orange peel. And I'm done. It was bizarrely difficult. I think I probably don't have to change the battery, actually, for the laserdisc talk, but maybe I will just as a precaution. Because I'd hate for my battery to run out during the recording. What sort of goose would let that happen? Okay. And okay, just before we get started, Charlie, you can sort of tee up. What's the ad? Can I please have some more? Well, it originally comes from Oliver Twist. Has someone used it in an ad? Almost definitely. Okay, I'm going to... What bourbons do I have? I've got this bourbon. Is this a bourbon or just a whiskey? Oh, no, bourbon. Okay. 3 really different bourbons, I think. Balcones, Texas Bourbon. Journeyman, Michigan bourbon. And Kentucky bourbon. So I think they're going to be quite different, these 3. Do a taste, decide which one I like the most. Let's let them be. So what's the ABV? This one. 46%. That's a nice, just slightly robust alcohol content. What's this one? 45%. It's almost the same. And I haven't taken the plastic seal. Sorry, Charlie. Was that too mean, Charlie? And also, but the actual ad, please, sir, can I have some more? I feel like Harry Seacombe was in that. It was an ad for soup or something. I think everyone did get more. Okay, that actually came off way easier than I thought it might. Okay, new bottle. Oh, it's got a pretty wide neck. Let's just see if there's any glug glug ASMR. Well, that's a decent glug glug ASMR. Maggi, is it Maggi noodles? Okay, so the Journeyman is by far the lightest color. And these 2 are about the same. But the Long Branch is... All right. Because it's probably the lightest taste, I'll give it a go first. Ooh. I feel like this is like a typical bourbon smell. Well, it's almost nutty. Honey Nut Cheerios, that's what it is. Creamy shit you pour on potatoes. Makes them go like... Oh, right. So it's like a pasta bake sauce. Yeah, there's a really distinct nuttiness to this one. That's interesting. Brown sugar and apples. Tasties, brown sugar and apples. Yum. Honey, after me, Martha Bondi shooting, One Nation can't beat the libs. One Nation may end up beating the libs, Heine. There's like 9 seats still in doubt. And from the ABC's projection, it looked like One Nation were a chance in 3 of them. So it depends who the remaining seats go to. Totally different on the nose, not the nuttiness. Just a sort of golden syrup and maybe orangey flavors. Man, that's pretty fucking good too. Honestly, it's like I hardly ever drink bourbon. I'm always just drinking Australian single malts. And then occasionally I'll have a bourbon and go, yeah, no, bourbon's actually pretty good. So, Justin, you think one nation will win at least two? Yeah, but, the Liberals might win another one too. Once Upon a Time in China 4. God, how long are those movies? Because the Once Upon a Time movies tend to be really long. Oh, is that what my laserdisc thumbnail is? I literally just found a picture of a laserdisc. Ooh. Well, that's got something else altogether going on. Ooh, that's got like dark molasses and oakiness. Damn, they're all good in different ways, honestly. All right. You ready to go, Charlie? I'm going to mix up an old fashioned with these. It's kind of funny, like the real whiskey freaks, if they were giving you tasting notes on those bourbons, they'd have like 6 different things to say, 10 different things to say. I got 2. It's a bit of an accomplishment for me if I can sort of identify 2 things. Now, how much did I pour myself? Do a blended bourbon old-fashioned. Almost perfect. 2 ounces, that's a good pour for an old-fashioned. And we'll come back around here, splash some bitters in it. Okay, bitters. Hey Rain, how you doing? Okay, a couple of dashes of l'aromatique. Mix this up a bit. You gotta mix. Yeah, I wonder how many days it's going to take us to get a final result. Okay, so I think I charged these batteries. Let's see. I probably, like I said, probably don't need to change them. I just feel like being cautious. I won't taunt Charlie anymore. Okay, let's try this. All right. Put this back. Now let me double check. Did that make a difference? Have I really charged these batteries? Now loading. Okay, that's better. So One Nation could get to 4. They might not get any more. I put no countenance in people who predict things. Anfield, you're betting One Nation 2, Lib 6? Maybe so. So, Charlie, are we ready to do Laserdisc talk? Do you have anything else you need to get happening? Well, the reason I'd say it matters a bit is South Australia was the least likely state just about for One Nation to do well. It bespooks worrying things for elections in other states and possibly the next federal election. All right, there is the link, my man. Let me see, have I made a suitably classy old-fashioned for the chat? Fuck yeah. Oh, man, that is good. That is good. All right. I love it. Rain, One Nation triggers One Direction in your head. One Direction are far less offensive. And I find One Direction pretty offensive, quite honestly. But here we go. I mean, it'd be a fucking shame if Pauline Hanson choked on her own bowl. Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
Taking the chat off screen because we want it pristine.
Ooh, and I've got to turn off the YouTube video. I can hear.
Oh
me
yeah,
twice.
you don't want that.
No, that's really
I got to turn the volume down so my mic doesn't pick up the laptop, but I can still hear you.
All right.
Ready? Wait a sec. I'll just double, triple check my record.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, what the fuck? Sorry. Let's be cautious here.
I see yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, now I feel like I didn't charge these batteries. Anyway, let's see what happens. So I'm just going to check something. Trying different batteries. What's that look like? Checking the battery levels. Loading. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Okay. And just while we're talking, I'm going to put these other batteries on charge because I'm worried I didn't charge them when I thought I did. Okay, record. Is that recording? Okay.
So will you be fine?
2 seconds and I'll be ready. Put that in there, put that in there, and that in there. Okie dokie, we ready to go? Timer is running. Okay, whenever you are ready.
Yep, 2 more seconds. Sorry.
All right, please, no drama.
Just have one more moment with the crowd, or have a sip of your yummy. Did you try the Anzac one yet?
Oh, I didn't.
See, there you go. Now you can do that one.
I got distracted.
Yeah.
By the bourbons. Okay, and I'm not finding the bloody dotted line on this one. Oh, good knife though. I should be able to friggin'. One things we just got to get a break in the plastic, and then you can tear it.
Yep, I know what you mean there. I'm really curious if that's going to be like an Anzac Bicky taste, or what, you know.
All right. Well, what is going on here? Come on. All the rest of the seal off. All right. You know what I'm going to do? No use messing it up. I'm going to do it full Anzac style. I'm just going to take a swig from the bottle. It smells like golden syrup and oats. It's so sweet.
Is it?
It's not bad. If you like sweet drinks, you just pour this over ice. It's so sweet.
Oh, yeah. Sophie would love that.
Not unpleasantly sweet. It's just incredibly sweet. So I think I'll go with my original plan and add some of the new make high proof single malt peat I've got, give it a bit more character, and barrel age it for
Is
a
your
month or two.
speakers turned down, sir?
Sorry, what?
Are your speakers on low
Yes, I did that.
so we don't get the feedback? Yep. All right. Bring my little notepad here. Are you ready to go? Let's do this. We're back. Every week I add 30 new laserdiscs to the shop, and every week I somehow convince Angry Aussie here to sit down with me and go through all of them before the video drops on Thursday.
And we try to say something insightful about all of them.
Yeah, because you love it.
Definitely.
Oh, that's how it works. Yeah, so this is Laserdiscs. This is not DVDs or Blu-rays. These are some old school movies. Hope you enjoy, guys. So, starting off, I've got a bit of a strange one to show off.
Okay. Silence of the Lambs.
So, we all know this movie.
Yeah.
Right? But have you ever seen a Laserdisc case that opens up like a CD?
Oh, okay.
So there's only 3 or 4 movies that have this. In Japan, there's a special type of laserdisc called a Muse laserdisc, M-U-S-E, Muse, and they're able to produce 1080i. I think it's 1080i HD picture quality, and those discs are really super expensive, especially nowadays. Like, you'd be mad trying to get into them when you can just buy the Blu-ray for $3 down at the op shop. But some people love them, and I don't shit on them for that. That's all good. But they were going to release them in America. They were going to do the same thing and go, oh yeah, we can do that too. So they made all these covers, especially for the Muse discs, and then they decided to pull the plug on Muse. So they had all these covers left over, and there's a few movies that have them, and then that's it. They're over and done with, because I don't like them. You can get access to dirtying the disc. Sometimes the disc falls out. It feels really awkward when you're trying to get it out of the thing. Too many problems. Great movie though.
Very good movie.
Buffalo Bill.
I saw this in the cinema when it was new, and I had these 2 old ladies behind me who were being really annoying and kept commenting all the way through the movie. And okay, spoiler alert for a 30-year-old film, but one of the climactic scenes where Hannibal he's in custody, but he's turned on the guards, and they take that one guard out. Like, one of them's dead, one of them, his face is all messed up, but he appears to be alive, and Hannibal has vanished. And so they're in the elevator, and as they're going in the elevator, blood drips from the ceiling of the elevator, and these old ladies are going like, oh, Hannibal's on the roof of the elevator. And I just barely restrained myself from turning around and going, no, he isn't, you fucking idiots. That's him on the gurney. It's a dead guard up there. And they're going to look up there, and Hannibal's going to jump up and kill them. And I was right. But I just barely restrained myself from shouting that in the cinema.
So the director did a lot of really cool movies. I'm looking over the list. He did Philadelphia.
Yep.
He did the remake of Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. He did stop making sense,
didn't he?
Dude, look at you. You're all over it. And a couple of other concert movies, Neil Young, Heart of Gold, and Justin Timberlake in 2016 as well. So yeah, he's a concert director, supposedly.
Jonathan Demme.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
I'm not recognizing that.
It's Oliver. Consider yourself.
We were talking just earlier about please, sir, can I have some more?
Gee, I
That's what he's
wonder
doing, holding
why
that
we were
soup
talking
bowl up.
about that. Gee, it couldn't be because I was planning ahead on the video at all, could it? You know,
Oh, please, sir, may I have some more?
more, more laser discs. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yes, more laser
Uh,
discs. Always more laser discs.
so yeah, this is a Pioneer Special Edition. So
Mhm.
it's a really nice Pioneer. Would we're trying to like go, hey, Criterion, hold my beer,
I can
and
get behind
they did,
competition like that.
they did some good stuff. There was
Yeah.
these are really nice, lovely pressings. Yeah, even has the when movies had overtures,
Oh, yes.
intermissions, and stuff like that. Yeah, back in the '60s when this came out, what was it, 69, 68?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it had an overture and an intermission, and that's all kept in the movie and stuff like that, which is really kind of good way to settle down into a
Yeah.
film. Like,
Yep. They're really playing up the musical aspect there.
yeah. All right. Do you believe in miracles?
I loved this movie when it came out, the full Monty. Um, the working class blokes who decide to form a strip troupe. And yes, for anyone who's
This
unfamiliar,
was this
the
was
full
everywhere
Monty.
when it came out. It was such a light-hearted, fun movie that you could watch with your grandmother.
Yeah.
Like even though it was about male strippers and stuff like that,
Mm,
it really wasn't. It was
yeah.
about the hardworking man losing his job,
Mm,
England's economy changing, and stuff like that.
yeah. It was
Um,
about
yeah,
community.
and the characters were so fun to get to know. Like they were the last people that you'd expect to be doing a male strip show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It was very well cast. They all just seemed like ordinary blokes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and if you're
There's
not
a
familiar with the slang, the full Monty means going all the way, and in the context of being a male stripper, that means going totally nude.
and yeah, Robert Carlyle had a pretty decent
Yeah,
career
he was
after
the
this.
lead.
I remember
Yeah.
him being in Stargate universe. Mm. All right, next up.
Family Business. This is a fun combination crime family drama thing. Not quite Godfather level, uh, but this is really entertaining, this movie.
Did you
So
like it?
I did. Three generations. Sean Connery plays Dustin Hoffman's father, who plays Matthew Broderick's father. And the family business was crime, but Dustin Hoffman's tried to go straight. And
Uh,
he doesn't want Matthew Broderick to get involved in crime. But stuff happens. Won't do any spoilers, but it's a really enjoyable movie.
Only $5 and directed by Sidney Lumet. Is that how you pronounce it? Sidney Lumet?
Lumet? I don't know. Americans don't like to do
Lumet?
silent T's. I think they say Lumet.
Yeah. Yeah, good director though.
Mm.
All right, another one for the $5 bargain basement.
Grumpy Old Men. This is fun. This is an inoffensive comedy. It's just it's not it's a little bit raunchy, not severely raunchy, but
Yeah, isn't it bizarre how often Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau keep popping up in our videos?
and yeah, but they did so much. And yeah, this was classic. People in Hollywood, I think it just got into their head. Like, we signed, I reckon this movie would be great with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. And you get one of them and then call the other one and go, well, your mate's in it. You should be in it too.
Mm-hmm. And Daryl Hannah as well was in this. Yeah, Kevin Pollak. And I don't know the director, Donald Petrie.
They
But
don't
yeah, the
haul
second one's
cheese.
quite funny too. This one
Mm.
has just Anne Margaret, and the second one had Sophia Loren as well.
Yes.
And of course, as I always like to mention, who's the dad in this film? The old bloke, Burgess Meredith.
You got to call out Burgess Meredith when he's in something.
Yeah, when we reviewed this last time, I had to call out Burgess Meredith, and I included a clip. And we're going to include another one here because I love him. And yeah, so another $5 one for you.
Oh, okay. This wasn't a huge hit. But yeah, it's got Robert De Niro, Jeremy Irons. The Mission. It's about either the Spanish or Portuguese colonizers in South America and some Europeans who want to resist the colonizers. So it's a period film. It's really well shot. What I remember of this is it's great to look at. So on Laserdisc, I think it probably looks really good.
Yeah, widescreen presentation as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been really well looked after. This is a mint copy, like
Hmm.
not no a little bit of dust. But besides that, it's really good. And for $5, you can't go wrong. All
Exactly.
right,
That's all.
I don't expect you to know much about this. I don't know much about this. This is a cartoon called Mr. Magoo, and
Mr. Magoo is
I know that I worked at the Royal Victorian Institute for the Blind, and everybody there hates Mr. Magoo. It's a massive insult onto blind people because it treats them as they're stupid as well. And there
old
was a
people,
personal,
actually. It's insulting
yeah,
to old people as well. But it goes
yeah,
back to like mid 20th century. Mr. Magoo was very popular. The old man with the thick glasses who can't really see anything and gets into ridiculous misadventures.
yeah. So if you can look past that, which we all can, we're grown ups. You can, if you
Yeah.
want to look past it, you look past it and enjoy it for its stupidity that it is, because it does have some, like some interesting jokes.
And
Yeah. So
Leslie
this is
Nielsen.
volume 12 of the cartoon series, Columbia's cartoons, and
Wow.
they all
Okay.
have different. It's like a different cartoon in each
Yeah.
volume.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I don't have the rest of the volumes, so you can have this one for $5.
Leslie Nielsen did a live action version of Mr. Magoo.
Yes, he did, and it had actually decent cast too. It was a Disney production.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Magoo. I forgot about that movie. There it is. 1997 it came out with Kelly Lynch.
Wow.
Oh, and that guy, Stephen Tobowski. You have seen him in everything, and yet you'll never remember his name.
He's a that
You're
guy.
best known as the guy who runs up to Bill Murray in Groundhog Day and goes, Phil, Ned Ryanson. Yeah.
Yes, you recognize him instantly when you see him, but yes, I had no idea what his name was.
So many movies that we've seen him in, yeah, Groundhog Day, Single White Female, Mississippi Burning, Memento, Mr. Magoo, Glimmerman, Bird on a Wire, Beethoven, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Freaky Friday, Thelma and Louise, Murder in the First. I could keep going. Like, that is a tip of the iceberg. This dude has been in everything. Spaceballs. Like, he's been in everything, So, yeah. It's
You
funny there's
instantly recognize him.
Yeah. All right, this is another one for the $5 barrel.
Oh, Memphis Belle. I quite liked
film.
this when it came out. It's a bit schmaltzy. World War II bomber crews. Basically, bomber crews usually didn't survive their tour of duty because it was incredibly dangerous. And there was a rule that if you flew a certain number of missions, I think it was like 25, you got to actually be taken out of rotation because you'd risked your life that many times. And this culminates with the Memphis Belle crew doing what would be the flight that would get them taken out of rotation. And so, of course, it's the tension of, are they all going to die? Are some of them going to die? Is it going to go terribly wrong? Because this is like their last mission before they go off. So, but it
and they're
is a good
most
film.
dangerous. Sorry?
Yeah, they get given a really, really dangerous mission for this last one.
So we've got Eric Stoltz in there as well, Matthew Modine. That's the only two faces I can recognize off the top of my head. The picture's not that big, you know, and my
Yeah,
vision's not
if
that
you
great.
look
So
at the cast list,
I'm
you'll
sure there's more
recognize a bunch
faces that
of
you probably
them.
recognize. Oh, here we go. Sean Austin, Billy Zane, D.B. Sweeney, Harry Connick Jr. Yeah.
They were all young too. Most of the crew was meant to be very early
Yes.
20s.
It was definitely one of those films that launched a lot of careers.
Yeah.
Or stabilized and gave them this, you know, hey, I can act. I'm a big boy. I can act. You know. Okay. Speaking of movies that show that they can act, this was the film that was like the first one I remember seeing that had Will Smith doing a serious role. Yeah, Donald Sutherland and who else was there? Stockard Channing. And yeah, this is 6 Degrees of Separation.
It's quite a complex story, this one. It's like, is Will Smith a good guy or a devious guy? Or it's a very, and as you say, it's the one that sort of established a bit of gravitas for Will Smith.
Okay. Yep. I saw this at the cinema and I cannot remember a thing about it. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just 30 years ago. So, you know, like you can't remember every movie you've seen. This was quite an in-depth film, though.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched the whole movie, but I know the basic premise of it. And it's a whole question of Will Smith's character. What are his motivations? Is he noble? Is he bad? All these things.
Okay, this one I haven't seen. Maybe you have. It's called Surviving Picasso.
I have not seen it, but I know of it. It's an Anthony Hopkins film.
Yes.
It's kind of your classic European art house film, really. If you like this is like 90s art house about Picasso, obviously. If that sounds like your bag, you'll probably enjoy this.
That's cool. That would be an interesting film to watch, I think. One about Picasso was a very interesting, weird character as a person, besides his paintings, just as a person. Yeah. So.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
As we say, he was a whole thing.
You know the Paul McCartney song, "Drink to Me, Drink to My Health." You know I can't drink anymore. That was written in tribute to Picasso. There's a whole famous story about Dustin Hoffman was in the middle of filming a movie and was invited out for dinner and happened to be sitting next to Paul McCartney. And Paul McCartney was sharing how, you know, he writes songs and stuff like that. And Dustin went, "I bet you can't write one right now." And there was a magazine that was nearby about Picasso and how he only sleeps in 3-hour doses.
Yeah.
He sleeps and then wakes up and does some all right and then goes back to sleep and does 3 hours of work and then 3 hours of sleep, which was weird, you know. And and he had recently passed away, and that's why there's that whole "drink to me, drink to my health. You know I can't drink anymore."
Right.
Just weird, you know. And yeah, so he sung the whole "drink to me, and made up that section of the song.
Yeah.
And then went, well, that was fun. And then went home and wrote the verses, and that found its way onto the Band of the Run album, you know. So,
oh, nice. My favorite.
Just some Paul McCartney facts because I've got a fan of the show who watches this, who happens to be a big Beatles fan.
Yeah.
So I thought I
was going to say my favorite Picasso story, an anecdote, may or may not be true, goes he's in a cafe in Paris and a rich lady goes, recognizes, "Oh, Mr. Picasso, could you do a sketch for me?" And he goes, "Of course." And he's got a napkin and he does a quick sketch on it, like a character of her. And And he says, that'll be, 20,000 francs. And she goes, how could you say that, you charged like that for it? That took you 30 seconds to do. And he said, no, that took me 40 years to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because it took him how that had to be that
Yeah, it
good.
took his
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
career to be able to just create something like that.
That's a great story. Okay, so we were talking about Australian comedies a
Yes.
couple episodes ago with Tim, and
Yep.
that inspired me to pull out this title. I was going to do it earlier.
That is a great movie, though, Muriel's Wedding. This is one of the best ugly duckling movies I've ever seen. It's so good, and it's so Australian.
This movie, in my opinion, between this and the CD release of ABBA Gold, revived ABBA's career for a second wind during the early 90s. Everybody was just going ABBA crazy.
Yeah.
And also, you've got Priscilla to an extent as well. But yeah, this one especially was very ABBA based. The storyline is actually based around ABBA as well. And this is years before Mamma Mia.
Yeah. The story goes, ABBA would never let anyone use their music in movies. And the writer-director of this, it was so ABBA-centric. And he's like, in my mind, it has to be about ABBA. And he went and had a personal meeting with Benny and Bjorn and laid his case out. He goes, this is why I need ABBA songs. It has to be ABBA. ABBA has special meaning for Australians. This is not parody. It is a comedy. We are not making fun of her for loving ABBA. We are celebrating the fact she loves ABBA. So I can't make this movie if you don't give me the rights to use your music. And so they went, okay, you convinced us.
That's
and
a good reason.
it is. It's just beautiful. Muriel has a line like, our life could be great. Our life could be better than Dancing Queen.
So yeah, good cast. We got Toni Collette. That was one of her big first roles. Rachel Griffiths. I don't think I'd seen her before then either. Bill Hunter, which we all love.
He's a
classic
legend.
Australian actor. Yeah.
Yep.
Win-win. Okay. Sorry, I should have mentioned when I pulled out Muriel's Wedding that we've actually gone into the $10 pile now.
Okay.
That's the end of the bargain basement.
All right. Worth $10.
But another good week of bargain basement, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Okay. This will have a better. I don't keep these, by the way. These are called elephant condoms. So I replaced these with actual very nice. Anybody here who's been a customer knows that I always replace these with better covers. These are good. Were good when they were new, but the problem is they're like 20 years old and they're just scrappy. It's like if you had a plastic bag with your screwdrivers in it or something like that, you can feel it coming apart. Yeah. And if you leave it much longer, then we're going to have plastic. It's going to deteriorate. Yeah. So I put fresh cover inners and fresh outers. A bit like Muriel's Wedding. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean before we go on. There's the outer that I use. Yep. It's nice and crisp. Listen to that, nice. And then the inner is, see how it's paper?
Yes.
With a plastic middle on the inside.
Yeah.
And they're all nice and fresh,
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just, I want to make sure that my customers have these Laserdiscs will be looked after, in the future by them, and I'll make it as easy as possible for them to do,
There you go. So you get extra care for Home for the Elderly.
No elephant condoms at Home for the Elderly.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of elephant condoms, we have Stallone.
Daylight. This is the thing where they get trapped.
This was a movie of trying to, like we had got to the 90s and all these, macho films were like getting a bit old hat by then. And Arnie didn't know what to do with himself. You know what happened to Arnie in the 90s after, besides True Lies, there's not many 90s movies besides, okay, Terminator 2, but that's like early 90s. Like by the mid 90s, it was really, you were really struggling unless you did kind of serious roles, like, serious action roles where you were believable as a normal person. And that's this is Stallone's attempt at trying to do that,
Yeah.
like a Bruce Willis kind of movie. And so we have Daylight where something goes wrong and both ends of the tunnel, an underground tunnel gets gets blown up, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it was a truck with a hazardous materials load crashes, explodes, and it's a tunnel under the Hudson River in New York.
Yep. And he gets, he goes in, mostly goes to be like an assistant in the background, but is pushed into the situation. He doesn't go charging in, going, "Oh, I'm the one who's got to do this." He's kind of like pushed in, because he's not the hero that's going to take charge. There's some great scenes in this, like when he's jumping down from the blades in the fan. There's this giant fan that creates a airflow in the tunnels, and he's got to jump from blade to blade to blade. And each time he jumps from a blade, it could just, slice him up on the way down.
Yeah.
It definitely made my hands all go, oh, wow. As far as any other people in this, I don't think, not many co-stars. I can't think of a single name. Oh, Viggo Mortensen?
Be a young Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
The female lead was big on TV at the time, and she was trying to break into movies.
Amy Brenneman.
I think her high point was probably a reasonably well-received series called Northern Exposure.
Ah, yes, that was pretty big back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was she like one of the police there or something like that?
No, she was probably the second lead character in Northern Exposure.
Northern Exposure, eh? All right, then we go from one extreme to the other. This is Stallone again.
What a hilarious train wreck of a disaster this movie was. Stop or my mum will shoot.
So Stallone did struggle during the 90s to find a new direction as well. Like, we had got sick of seeing him in Rambos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he did other movies like Oscar, which is sort of like a stage play set in the 1920s with Marissa Tomei and stuff like that. I like it. A lot of people shit on that one, but I liked it. And then we've got this absolute train wreck, which is this is the lady from the Golden Girls.
It was built around the fact she was incredibly popular on the Golden Girls.
Getty.
And they went,
What's
it would
her
be
name?
really funny to have Sylvester Stallone and Estelle Getty in an action movie. And it did not work.
No, it really did not work. I remember even watching the trailer for this as a kid. I was just going, "Oh God, this is so cringe," Anyway, but who am I to yuck someone's yum? There's bound to be someone out there that's going to love this.
If you're a Stallone completist or an Estelle Getty completist, grab this.
Or if you love stupid humor, this is great. Like, it's absolute peak ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Estelle Getty walking in on Stallone while he's in the shower and stuff like that. "Oh no, I've seen it before," and Okay, from one extreme to the next.
Oh, this was like a whole thing. This movie, I need to say this more often. This catapulted Mickey Rourke into the mainstream. This was sexy and dark, and twisted, and this was one of the kinkiest films to come out of Hollywood, honestly. And the home video market, this was huge. I don't know that it did so well on its cinema run, but on the home video market,
Yeah, because this one
huge.
has includes scenes that weren't even released in US theaters.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
so
raunchier.
just, yeah, the dads at home would have been loving this late at night.
I think the most famous scene was to the tune of "You Can Leave Your Hat On."
That's the one I was thinking of too. Yeah.
The whole dance
Everybody remembers
sequence
that,
and using items in.
Anyway, so yeah, that's
sex accoutrements.
And then once again, from one extreme to the next, I can't believe this. It's just such a random selection of movies here.
Oh gosh, now we're gone to really serious, gritty drama. Mississippi Burning.
Yes, so this is Willem Dafoe and Gene Hackman, and it's all about racism in the South. They send some lawyers in to solve this problem where it's a Klan-dominated town, and the Klan kills some students. And nobody wants to talk about it, of course, right? And
this is a good movie. I saw this back in the
really
day.
Cool, because it has a crime to solve, so you get to watch find all the clues and stuff like that. I mean, you get to you see what happens at the start, but you get to see how they solve it, as well as all the barriers that they're put up against. Because it's a very no one talks about it. Don't want to shame our town by talking about racism. Yeah, it's a really cool, powerful film. I highly recommend this one. I've seen it and really enjoyed it. It was dark and hard to watch, but sometimes great movies are hard to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. I've said my piece. From one extreme to the next.
Stanley Kubrick getting super weird with Clockwork Orange. Satire about violence in society. And again, this is not an easy watch by any stretch of the imagination. I do think it's a pretty good film.
This is my favorite way to watch Clockwork Orange. I like watching this on Laserdisc better than I am one of those people that are like, I don't always like to watch movies on Laserdisc more than I do with Blu-ray. I'm aware the Blu-ray is a higher quality format. I'm not blind, I'm half blind, but I'm not blind. But there are some movies that really just show off all the grittiness when they're done on old VHS or Laserdisc. And Clockwork Orange and the next film coming up are two that really emphasize the awesomeness of Laserdisc presentation. If anyone hasn't seen this movie, it's a great Stanley Kubrick introduction film. If you haven't seen, it's funny. I was in year 8, and my dad used to work very late hours, so I would go to the neighbor and I would do my homework at her kitchen table. And sometimes my neighbor's sister would come over, and she was like, very, very a wild woman, the younger sister, you know what I mean? And she had just gone to see Clockwork Orange one time. And she told me it was the most violent movie ever made. And that scared the living shit out of me for watching this film. I was like, I don't want to watch this. It's too violent. I don't think I can handle this, And then I ended up watching it and loving it because of the layers in this film. It's one of those films that you can come back and watch over and over, and you'll find something new. And it's a discovery film. It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Kubrick's one of the top 3 Kubrick films, in my opinion.
I would agree, definitely.
I'm sorry, I'm taking over the conversation. I'll leave.
No, that's fine. I would just repeat what I said before. It's not an easy watch. It is violence, including sexual violence, so you need to be aware of that before watching it. But it's a satire on violence, and it's a satire on society and how authority gets to inflict violence on people who aren't in authority. And it's a good film. I just think it's a really good film.
And the ending is so incredible that it makes you just
Yep.
sit there going, "What?" You know.
Yeah.
So it's I love it. Love Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange, Doctor Strangelove, 2001. They're my top 3 favorite Stanley Kubrick films. I know you love The Shining. No hate on The Shining. It's a close fourth. I love Shining too, but they're my favorite 3. Those Doctor Strangelove, Clockwork, and 2001. Okay, next movie. Unless you have
Next
something else
movie.
to say, do you want to defend The Shining by any means? No, I can smell you going.
No. I would. My top 3, 2001 wouldn't be in it. It would be Strangelove, Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. Rocky Horror
This will be
Picture Show.
cleaned when I sell it. It's a bit dusty.
Yeah, you will
but
clean
I
it.
will have it all. It will look all nice and brand new when I put it up on for sale. I just because we film these on Sunday now.
Yeah,
I don't get the chance to clean them and photograph them before I list them on here. You know,
some great 70s. This one.
One of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. One of the most rewatchable films for the music, for the fun characters, for the laughs, the jokes. There's so much going on. The cult following. You know, you can go and see these. You can go watch this movie at the cinema, and then enjoy watching all these other people who have seen this film 100 times and enjoy it with them. And they usually have all these lines that they shout back at the screen, or they bring props like toilet paper and rice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Water in watering cans, and they throw water all over them. It's a big event, you know. And yeah, if you haven't seen this, what's wrong with you, dude? Because seriously, this is movie essential.
I saw it in a midnight showing at a Sydney cinema once, and there would be like a whole cast of people up the front who were acting it out. And 90% of the audience knew the lines to shout at the screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first time I ever saw this was at the Westgarth Cinema. And it was the same for me. There was everybody in the crowd made me feel very noobish, you know, like an idiot, because I didn't know. I thought I was meant to know all these lines before I'd even, because this is my first viewing. I thought that I was meant to know this whole stuff before you go. But no, these people had just seen this movie that many times that they were just there, and it was a monthly thing that the cinema would do. They would play this movie every month, and this was not this version, but I have the box set, and that was my very first ever laserdisc that I ever got. This and The Sum of Us and Glory were my 3 first. Weird selections.
That is a weird trilogy you've got there. Yeah.
It's sort of like, oh, I'll take that, and while I'm here, I'll grab that and grab that. You know, like I just, you know, yeah. Glory because it was cheap, Some of Us because it was Aussie, and Rocky Horror because I really, really, really wanted Rocky Horror as you know. So Rocky Horror. All right, another essential.
Oh wow, Charlie Sheen, and who's that? Michael Biehn. He never quite broke through. Like, he was in Aliens, and he did a lot of action movies, and he's great. He's great in almost anything he's in, but he never really hit the heights. Sorry,
was that the guy in Terminator?
Yes, he was the original person sent back in time to help in Terminator. He was in Aliens. He was in The Abyss. This is not as good as his other films. He was in The Rock with Sean Connery.
You know what? This is comfort viewing. It's not great. It's not going to be great. I'm not promising you this record. This art breaking film. And stuff like that. But this is one of those Saturday afternoon. Grab a beer when the kids are out. And enjoy a fucking dumb movie. Like
It's escapist
it's
fun.
fun for what it is. It's fun. Lots of explosions. Lots of action. Lots of plot holes. It's just what you want, when you want a dumb action film. It has everything. It ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. Some Robin Williams, and I am really loving that we're doing a lot of Tim Robbins lately
Yeah,
as
we
well.
are.
Yeah, Tim Robbins is especially fantastic in this. As much as I love Robin Williams, Tim Robbins absolutely steals the show as the kidnapper or the terrorist.
I don't think I've ever watched this in full. I think I've only watched bits of it.
Oh wow! Okay, so Robin Williams is a car salesman, and he's balancing, a woman on the side as well as his wife and all that kind of. He's talking the talk and doing all that kind of stuff, and then suddenly, Tim Robin comes in as a and holds the whole place hostage, and then he has to use his gift of the gab to get out of trouble and get everyone else out of trouble without also letting know that he has a side woman on the side and all that kind of stuff. Like he had to. It's a perfect role for Robin Williams in the sense that he has to blah 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 blah, blah really fast. Which is what he used to be great at. Yeah. Fun movie. Fran Drescher is in it too. That's Fran Drescher in the back there.
Young Fran Drescher, yes.
That's that woman that we were talking about in Kindergarten Cop that we really liked as well, who stole the show. I'm not sure of her name, but
yeah, she was in Miracle Mile as well.
Pamela Reed, her name is. And just a fun, light comedy, and yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay. Now we've got some Danny DeVito.
Other People's Money. This is I have watched this and it was so long ago. I think it's like about Wall Street, isn't it?
No, you remember it. Okay, so I've seen this one in the last few years. So Danny DeVito is like a Wall Street, and he what he does is he buys up companies so he can close them down and then sell them and make profit out of closing them down. And the workers don't want that. They want to keep their business open. So they fight Danny DeVito because Danny DeVito just wants to say, look, it's not about your loyalty to the business and stuff like that. In the end of the day, it's about money. Good cast. Gregory Peck was the owner of the business. Cool little film. Okay. Oh, another Robin Williams.
Oh wow! I just casually another Robin Williams, probably one of his all-time most popular movies.
Yes, the one that he's definitely going to be remembered for in the upcoming generations over the years is this and Aladdin. I think. Lovely pressing. What's there to really say that if you haven't seen Mrs. Doubtfire before? You don't want me to be the one to tell you all about it. Just go and chuck it on. Buy this disc that will have nicer inner covers and chuck it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Oh my God. Again, this is another one that was a stage play and is a musical. Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds.
What was that song that was really famous from this? I Will Always Love You. But I mostly love the Sidesteppin' song, which is all about how governors never want to commit to a side of a story because they'll lose half their voters.
Yeah.
So how this one loves to be quite clever in getting out, dodging questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. This is just cheesy goodness, this movie.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's such a silly, fun film. I recommend checking it out. Yeah. Okay, so we got some bundles. This is a big one, but guys, I don't know if you've ever seen these before.
Oh, wow.
Diehards, right?
How many Diehards are in
Die Hard with a
Laserdisc?
Vengeance.
Yeah.
We have Die Hard 2
Yeah.
with DTS.
DTS.
Yes, which means it's got that special
And that's the original
sound. And this is the first Die Hard also with DTS. So 2 out of 3 of these have the DTS soundtrack. It's the only one that doesn't is number 3, but that does have an 83.
How could you not have these in your collection if you're collecting Laserdiscs, honestly?
That is the truth. That is a very good point. When it comes to Die Hard, DTS discs really really bring it out, especially when you got the explosions and and you can chuck it on every Christmas.
This is, as you say, this is a family Christmas movie.
Yep.
It was the thing, like it's not until I see Carl Gruber fall from Nakatomi Plaza.
Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. Now we got some Bond. And this is a very, very special disc. If anyone's looking for something to buy, if you've got a friend who's a lasers collector and you really want to blow their mind, get them this. Okay, because this will blow their mind. This is the box set.
Goldfinger.
So inside the box set, we have the document talking about Goldfinger. And it has multiple tracks of different audios and stuff like that. Also, tons of promos, like a video that came out showing the premiere at the cinema, where there was tons of celebrities from the 60s and stuff like that there.
Lots of extra features.
Yeah, these are just gorgeous. Look, even the covers.
Yeah.
Have the Goldfinger.
Yeah.
This is the real deal, guys. It's about as good as a box set gets. So many special features.
Yeah.
So much collectible value to it. I can't even emphasize that enough. And I put the lid on upside down.
I love the theme to this one. Shirley Bassey and all the brass, like Goldfinger. Wow, wow, wow. It's such a good theme on this one.
What's your favorite Sean Connery Bond movie?
Oh, okay. I haven't put thought into that for a little while. Like, I am actually leaning towards Goldfinger.
Yep, that's understandable. It was really amazing, this one. Yeah. What's the one that you did in Vegas?
What were the Connery ones? Look up all the Connery ones.
Okay. My favorite's Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah.
But we got Connery Bond movies. Okay. So we have Dr. No. That's the famous one because it was in Jamaica. From Russia with Love. That was the scuba diving one.
Mm-hmm.
Goldfinger, well, that's famous for the laser that's
Being
about to
painted.
cut off his
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Thunderball. No, Thunderball was the one with the Thunderball was the one with the scuba diving. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
You Only Live Twice
Mm-hmm.
and Diamonds Are Forever. And then if you want to get technical, you've got Never Say Never Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was the unsanctioned one. Yeah,
Um,
I'd actually
yeah.
probably go Goldfinger.
Yeah. It has every, like, it was, so the thing is with Bond films, I think I've told you about this before, is as we get you get to the first movie like Doctor No, and
Mm-hmm.
it's quite serious. Like there's no
Yeah.
gadgets. It's just pure spy goodness, right? And then you get the next one, which is from Russia with Love. It has a bit more of a crazy kind of plot. Maybe not too many other gadgets, but the plot gets a little bit what. And then you get to the third movie, which is usually where they find crystal gold. Like with the Connery films, you've got Goldfinger, but with the Brosnans, you've got that's The World Is Not Enough, and I feel like that was where they hit the perfect. Yeah. What about what was the third? Roger Moore. Third Roger Moore wife is this okay? The Spy Who Loved Me. Yep, I stand by my comments. I have been
They hit the
actually
mark with the
proven
third one.
because The Spy Who Loved Me is my favorite Connery film by a fucking mile. I love that movie so much. Yeah, so I feel like I might have struck some. If anybody out there wants to
That's a
prove
good
me
bit of
wrong,
film theory.
please leave it in the comments. I think I'm right on the money there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, some Wes Anderson.
The original Wes Anderson. Again, this I'm old enough to have watched this in the cinema, and it's the first. It's not just the first Wes Anderson film. It's the first film with those brothers in it.
Yes.
Just
Owen
just
and
sort of
Luke
low rent
Wilson.
suburban guys who want to be criminals, and they don't quite have it together.
Music by Mark Marisborough.
From Devo. Mark
From Devo.
Mark Mothersbaugh is one of the key people in
Yeah.
Devo.
Yep.
Did a lot of film work. In fact, Mark Mothersbaugh also did all the music for the Rugrats cartoons.
Yes, correct. He also did the soundtrack to Spyro the Dragon. There's lots of stuff he's done.
Yeah.
I think James Caan's in this too, if memory serves me well. I can't
Yes,
remember.
James
I remember
Caan
James
is the
Caan being in
crime
this.
boss who screws over these young guys who think they're going to be gangsters.
Yeah. It doesn't actually say who's in it, but it does say written by Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson. I never knew Owen Wilson wrote the movie as well.
Yeah.
There you go. So anyway, Bottle Rocket on the shop on Friday.
A piece of history worth getting.
Okay.
Oh, who needs an introduction?
This is number 2. So yeah, don't get too excited. I liked it. I have wonderful memories when Ghostbusters 2 came out in 1989. There was Ghostbusters fever, until Batman came out. There was about 3 months there where everybody was running around with a stick pretending it was a PK meter and shooting ghosts down and stuff like that. It was it in a bit, It was this and Game and Watches by Nintendo. Yeah. And marbles.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember sitting there with my legs spread open like that, yelling, "Hit it and you get 'em, no rebounds."
Oh dear.
Not even thinking about hitting what, Anyway, Ghostbusters 2. All right, we got some Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, that's again. This is like a horror film, isn't it? It's
Yeah, with Elijah
suspense
Wood
thriller.
as well. Was the brother? Well, it was the other son.
Yeah,
And this was sort of like a horror movie. It was also like just a creepy drama
suspense.
as well.
Suspense is
Yeah,
probably more accurate
suspense.
than horror.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Macaulay Culkin put on one hell of a performance in this. As
yeah,
a he just oozed the creeps.
yeah, yeah. So,
Um,
spoiler alert: the name is irony because he is not a good son.
no, and
He's not at all.
yeah, David Morse is in this as well.
Mm.
Wendy Crewson. Yeah, this was a very dark, very cool little suspense film that came out in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Mac trying to broaden his horizons.
Mm.
Oh, Glengarry Glen Ross. That cover makes it look like it's a science fiction movie. Oh,
What was that? Sorry, you cut out.
that cover makes it look like it's a science fiction movie. Honestly.
It does, doesn't it? Especially with them all in the face.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so Glengarry Glen Ross, it was a stage play. It's a David Mamet script. It's really talky. It's really good. Everyone always references Alec Baldwin comes in for just one thing. They're phone salesmen, and they're all scumbags in different. You know what
The
it's
real
like.
estate salesman. Yeah.
This is the spam calls from the landline days. But
Mm.
Alec Baldwin comes in and gives the most aggressive, negative, motivational speech you've ever seen. Like he's just on one scene, and he absolutely he doesn't really steal the movie because the whole cast is so good, and there are
No,
so many good
if
scenes
anything,
across the
I
whole
think Jack
movie.
Lemmon is
Yeah,
the one that steals is the most memorable character in this film.
yeah,
So much so, The Simpsons created a character in their show called Gil, who
yeah.
keeps on
Gill's based
falling
on him.
into shit.
Yes,
And he is, if anything, is a Jack Lemmon impersonator
yeah,
to the dot. Like it is so perfectly done in the way of
yeah,
stealing his character. Yeah,
yeah.
sensational film.
It's
One that you
really good.
probably don't. I've only watched this once.
Yeah,
It's
very
not really a movie
stagey.
you go back to watch.
Very talky. Like it's all about the dialogue. It's all about the script, and just
Mm.
these incredibly powerful performances by all the guys who are struggling.
Incredibly well written characters.
Yeah,
The characters are so brilliantly written that you are instantly going, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, and you just transported through this film yeah, it's so good. Okay, another bundle.
all right.
We're nearly done. All right, here we go. This will keep you busy for a while.
Oh my god. Okay. All-time favorite. I've got to rewatch The Godfather 2 because a lot of people say Godfather 3 I don't need to rewatch. But honestly, Godfather 3 is not terrible. It just pales so much compared to the first two.
I feel like if you're going to get the whole lot,
Yeah.
3's part of the package, whether you like
It
it or
is.
not. Especially if you haven't seen them before.
Yeah. Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
They suck you back in, yeah.
But
yeah, so
I know a lot of people prefer Godfather Part 2 to Part 1, but for my money, Godfather Part 1, which wasn't called Part 1 when it was released, it was just called The Godfather.
it still is on this too, yeah, just
yeah.
The Godfather, yep.
It's a perfectly structured film. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in sequence. And the way it comes together at the end, when Michael solves all the family's problems, it's just like, oh my God, you just
it has
laid all that.
such a strong impact because it's all like it's like a rubber band getting torsioned up And
Yeah.
then once it happens, it's like, whoa, you're going flying through the air and seeing it all. Yeah.
And just the juxtaposition, because Michael is actually at his son's christening while everything that Michael has put in place goes into action, basically killing all his enemies. And it's just like dominoes. They just go boop, 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 boop. And Michael's just at his son's christening while carnage is happening.
Mm-hmm. And the
It's
whole lead up
incredible.
towards
It's
it, because he
such a
didn't
good
want to
movie.
get into be part of it in the first place.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean about structure. The family is Don Corleone, uh, uh, Marlon Brando is the
Marlon
patriarch,
Brando, yep.
but the one who's gonna take over is Sonny, the oldest son, but he's a bit of a hothead. The middle son, Fredo, is a bit of a fuck up. And Michael's the youngest. He's the squeaky clean
Was that
one. He was
James
in
Caan?
James Caan is Sonny, yeah.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. And Michael, the youngest, was meant to be squeaky clean. He's a war hero. They intended for him to go into politics and basically favor the family when he went into politics. Circumstances means Michael steps up and runs the family business when he never wanted. And it's just like Al Pacino. Oh my God, he's so good. He's incredible.
The tension when he makes his first kill was such
Yeah.
a memorable scene. Sorry, if you haven't seen The Godfather, I'm really sorry for ruining this movie for you. But my God,
It's a
why haven't you watched
50-year-old
The
film.
Godfather? How can you be a movie watcher and not have seen The Godfather yet? There's something wrong with you, you know? Like,
yeah, just the structure of it and the dialogue and the stage. It's beautiful. It's so well done.
Okay, the third James Caan film for tonight. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Silent Movie.
Is James Caan in this? Okay, I didn't.
Yes. So was Burt Reynolds, and they go around looking for stars.
Yeah.
Paul Newman has that scene as well. Yeah.
This is another one I've never actually watched. I've seen bits of it. And of course, it's a silent movie. The only person who speaks a line of dialogue in it is Marcel Marceau, the famous French mime artist. Mel Brooks goes to him to try to get him to be in the movie, and he just looks at the camera and says, no.
Yeah. Bernadette Peters. This is a really fun movie. I would when I first watched it, when I first rented this movie, I thought it would be a very slow watch because it's silent, but it was so much fun. And Marty Feldman is hilarious in this. Don DeLuise is great. They're just it's peak Mel Brooks. I think you should give this one a spin. Angry, I think you'd have a lot of fun, especially if you like Blazing Saddles and Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein.
Thank
I
you.
feel like this is the only peak
it's the
Mel
right
Brooks
era.
I should watch it.
You enjoy a good comedy, I know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Second last movie.
Oh, cheesy camp fun. I love this movie. Tommy Lee Jones, LA being destroyed by a volcano. It's just awesome.
Anne Hesh as well. It's part of the whole 90s version of when they had natural disasters. And what natural disaster is going to be next? We had Twister at the time and a volcano. We had Dante's Peak, which is the same kind of film, but with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton.
Yeah. This came out the same year as Dante's Peak, didn't it? I feel
like they came out within 2 months of each other.
Yeah. Which is wild that two completely different studios both had an idea to do a volcano disaster film. It's wild.
So this was Fox and Dante's Peak was Universal.
Yeah. Dante's Peak is a bit more arty. Volcano is a bit more sort of cheesy action. I like both of them. But this, I've got a weak spot for Tommy Lee Jones. This movie...
Same.
A volcano.
I watched The Client this week, and because we talked about it last week, and you sold it to me with that scene. I had to watch the movie after that.
Yeah.
God, he's amazing. You know, like
He
when
is.
he tries
Tommy
to do
Lee
a serious,
Jones.
I see so many movies where he's not even that present. You
Yeah.
know, he's in the movie, but like Space Cowboys or something like that, where he's
Yeah.
just like he's there for the money. He's not there
Yeah.
because he wants to do a good performance or anything.
Yeah.
U.S. Marshals,
Yeah.
uh, not U.S. Marshals. What am I talking about? The Fugitive. He was
Yeah.
amazing in that, and the
I'll,
Client. Yeah, so yeah, he does some great. Men in
I'll,
Black. Even I don't feel like he was completely
yeah.
in the moment. I don't think he really realized how great of a film that was until after it was done.
Yeah. I'll always
Hmm.
remember him in The Fugitive for the line with Harrison Ford as Dr. Kimball going, "I didn't kill my wife." And Tommy Lee Jones just goes, "I don't care."
I don't care. Yeah.
It's
All
like,
right.
you and
Lucky
me are
last.
operating on different levels, buddy.
Lucky last, and we've done this one recently, but last time it was a DTS version, and this time
Okay.
it's just a straight AC3 copy. The Mask once again.
If you're a Laserdisc person and a Jim Carrey fan, how could you not have this?
Yes, Jim Carrey's a fun one to collect for when you're going with Laserdisc because it goes right up until the Truman Show. You got
Mm.
Liar Liar on Signature Collection. You've got Ace Ventura 1 and 2. You've got Dumb and Dumber, and you've got The Mask, which is a great little set. You know.
Yep, the Jim Carrey completists have to have that one.
Oh, if you're going to go completist, there was what was that movie he did with Bob Odenkirk?
Okay, you got me now. I don't know Jim
Yeah,
Carrey and Bob
Jim.
Odenkirk in a
It
movie.
was a really early film. Hang on, something. Hang on, I got to go to his IMDb to pull
I
this
was
up.
going to
I'll be
pull
really
out.
quick, I promise.
I was going to pull out. He's in a Dirty Harry film. He's in the Deadpool. Where he's trying to be a
Yes.
serious actor, and his name in the credit is James Carrey.
Wow, good memory. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, scrolling right down, we've got. Oh, he's in Once Bitten. Oh, he's in Earth Girls Are Easy as well.
Yeah, those are his early comedies where he did
Yep.
quite well in them, but he wasn't a superstar.
So the movie I was thinking about is called High Strung.
I do not know that one at all.
Yeah, an uptight, stay-at-home children's novelist has delusions, indicating that something will happen to him at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's also got Tom Wilson, who was the Biff guy in
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, and Fred Willard.
Who's in a million
Kirsten,
things.
yep, Kirsten Dunst, Paul Ryan.
Wow, it's got a
Yeah,
cast.
and Steve Odenkirk was the main actor in it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Jim Carrey was in it as well. He played Death.
Okay.
Anyway, that was my
That's
30
a
for this
great
week. I'm just double
selection.
checking.
Okay, my pick is definitely the Godfather bundle. You got to
Of
have
course, you
that.
would say that. Yeah.
You got to have that. That's such a good bundle.
My pick would probably be the Goldfinger one. I really love a Laserdisc with tons of special features. It keeps the repeat value going, and it's something to show off to your friends. You know, you like, especially if you've got like one of those players that can handle CAV discs, and you have that jog, that jog button that can show images and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. The
Well,
little
there's some
novelty.
great ones, some great bargains, some great slightly more expensive ones. You got to get in amongst it, people. There are some great selections in there.
Yep. No, lots of fun. Thank you again, Angry Aussie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you for watching.
And thank you for everyone who's going to get in the store and grab these, because you got to grab them. There's some great movies in there.
And there's tons of other movies there too which you haven't explored, because I can see who people put on in their box, and mostly people put on the new stuff. And I challenge you to go and find something in the shop that's been there for months and months that I bet you will not let you down if you find something there, because there is so much to explore. So anyway, Take care. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week, hopefully, if I can rope Angry in again.
Hell yeah.
See you then.
See you then. Bye. All right. Good stuff. Oh, sorry, going back to the chat. Abigail hasn't seen the Godfather movies. And look, that's okay. I mean, I don't go really harsh on people, but just in terms of filmmaking,
I will. What the fuck were you thinking? You know.
in terms of filmmaking, I think
Did you stop
the Godfather's just a masterwork.
Did you stop your microphone?
Oh yeah, let's stop the microphone. All right. Oh God, where's the off switch?
Send them to me ASAP like you did last time too. That makes it so much easier. I love getting the scrubbing over and done with, so I can get to the fun bit, because I have fucking ball editing, right?
Yeah.
But what I hate doing is the audio scrubbing. It's so fucking tedious.
Yeah. Yeah. My process when I do the videos, because I record the audio separately to the video, is then go into my editing software and say, okay, the video track, and I'll do absolutely rudimentary color grading. I have a particular process I do for white balancing and sort of intensifying the color and brightening it a bit. And I'm literally, it's just like a couple clicks. I'm glorifying it by calling it color grading, but I am improving how it looks. And I just match it up to the audio, and then go U-Butte, render that, and that's then my base. And that usually takes quite a while because I've put effects on it and whatnot.
And it's huge. It's usually 4 gigabytes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I render that, and then that's my base one. And then I go and I do the editing, and I just do like rough editing. I go start here, stop here, start here, stop here. And that's the rough cut. And then I go in and go, okay, how can I tighten this up? Can I cut out some breaths? Can I move these things? Can I, sort of change the perspective from wide to a bit closer? And when I do that tight edit, I render that. And then I go through my audio and go, what bit of music suits this? And people, I've never actually had complaints on YouTube about having music on the videos. But if anyone ever asks, it's because honestly, the audio's not perfect, and having a very quiet music track underneath it hides a lot of the flaws.
Cleans up any background noises and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cuts out background noises. It's just, and because my editing software has this built-in stuff, and there's, I don't know, 100 different pieces of music. But what it actually does, which they brought in a couple of versions ago, which I quite like, you pick themes and they break it up into a whole bunch of themes, and there's individual tracks. But then you go, oh, that sounds good. And then you map it to the video thing, and it automatically plays the music for the length of the thing. And it's not a really boring loop. Like sometimes when I watch YouTube movies, people have an audio track and the loop's only about 5 seconds. Like it's actually looping every 5 seconds, just going, and it's the same few beats every 5 seconds. My editing software does actually, it maps it out to the length of the video, and it's not horribly repetitive and boring how it does it. So
I can't do audio underneath us when we're doing this video, when we're doing these, when I edit it, because I cut the clips so often. That'll be, set audio, and then suddenly you'll hear, it'll be a clip, and then it'll back to audio, and it just sounds discombobulated. So what I've done is I do at the start. Oh, by the way, this week I've been too busy making fun of you in these previous videos, and I decided to make fun of myself, just to balance it out a bit,
why not? Yeah.
I just felt like I'm being a bit too. I don't want to be, come across like an asshole to you, So
I've never felt like it comes across like that.
No, but I'm being really, like I feel like if everybody's going to give a shit, let's do it evenly,
Yeah, again, keeping it even. That makes sense.
Yeah, have a bit of fun both ways. So I think
Yeah.
you'll have a good laugh of it too, because
Yeah,
if,
absolutely.
if it's, that way it's fair. So I like doing the intros, especially. That's one of my little fun things. I like
Yeah,
having fun with it. Yeah.
that's
Um,
a bit of fun. Yeah.
this one I had to take it down to, where you get those guys that can record a video and then digitize it onto a computer,
Yeah.
onto a USB stick for me. So I've had to get a VHS to digitize for me. I've never done it before.
Oh,
And
damn.
God, they charge an arm and a leg.
Yeah. I should ask my brother one time. He got, because my dad was a photographer, but he was into Super 8 video for a while. No sound. It was
Mhm.
just um uh Super 8 and no editing.
Oh,
He would actually,
film.
yeah, Super 8 film.
Oh, wow.
And he made a little video when I was very young. I was like less than 10 years old, and with
Yeah.
a whole bunch of my siblings in it. Uh, and I don't know, because we just had these masks and they were of like Marvel characters. And so made this movie called Stretsnom, or the Backward Monsters. And it was,
Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
yeah, it was, some of us had villain masks and were the bad guys, and some had the hero masks. And it was like villains. I attacked my sister and one of her friends like they were going to kidnap them, and then the heroes appear and we have a fight and whatnot. But it was all in-camera edits. Like my dad didn't do any edits outside.
Oh,
He
wow.
just told us to do a thing, and so it was all one take, do the thing. And my brother did get them converted to VHS back in the 90s. I should reach out to him and say, did you ever convert those to digital? I think people would find that funny. Super 8 movies where I'm in it, and this is like in the fucking 70s.
Yep.
So
You just
just
need a bit of, what would you do if I sang out a tune? Like the Wonder
very
Years.
Wonder Years stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, in retrospect, I was very impressed with my dad doing this thing where it was all just in-camera edits. Like he'd tell us what to do and maybe get us to rehearse it, and then just go, okay, and go. And he'd just start recording and have us, and it was reasonably coherent for something that was only in-camera edits. But yeah. Oh, Kirsty, okay, I'm about to go to bed, but actually, I don't. From what the thing's telling me, your camera's not working, Kirsty. So if I do that, you're not actually there. Oh, wait, there you are.
I am working.
Hello, you are there. It was all just black.
I'll
when I
get
was
going and I'll see you on Thursday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Oh, no. Sorry.
Today's
I'm used to
Sunday.
doing this on Tuesday. Screw you, hippie. I'm used to filming this on a Tuesday with you.
Yeah, we do it on Sundays now.
Yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Alrighty. I'm about to go to bed. Lovely to see you, Kirsty. So you're resting up at home now?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, but that's okay. Happy to see that you're home. You're still resting up.
Yep. But I'm still getting there. Did you do one yesterday?
No, I decided to just have an easy night and hang out with Mrs. Angry, but I'm also now kind of disappointed because the South Australian election was on, and I
Yesterday.
was going to do a whole thing on it, but I forgot. And oh, the Chimp Channel. Hello, Sim. How are you? Just saw you in the chat. It was
Hi,
so
Sim.
funny because Mrs. Angry also loves elections. She's
Me
kind of
too.
obsessive with elections. And when I said to her today, oh God, we both forgot about the South Australian election. Safa, I think the ABC was confirming one seat for One Nation. Oh, and it would be surprising if One Nation didn't get at least one more. So it looks like One Nation is going to get between 2 and 4 seats in the South Australian Parliament, but it'll be a few days until we know. I agree. One Jim channel, it's 1 seat is 1 seat too many. They might get more in the Senate. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But Labor just stormed in South Australia. So, but I think Charlie for the Laserdisc talk. Nice to see you and say hello, Kirsty, and I hope you continue to improve and recuperate at home. I'm going to go. Wait, okay, I've got to do a big dramatic eat my cherries.
Oh, God. Eat your glacé cherries.
Safa, I'm not enough of a political tragic to watch the South Australian Premier's speech. I did see the Liberal leader who held her seat, good for her. She was reduced to saying, well, some of the pundits said we'd get no seats. We showed them. It's just tragic. It's sad.
I knew Labor was going to win. I had the feeling that they were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Labor came in probably, I don't know. Liberal, I meant to say.
Absolute historic win for Labor in South Australia. But, okay, with all that being done, I'm going to go to bed now. So, nice to meet you, Chris. Nice to see you all in the chat. I'm going bye-bye now, and I'll be back on Tuesday.
Everyone in the chat.
But bye for now. Bye.
You are totally fucked up!